Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Joeyburkejr. If this is your first time here, I would encourage you to like and subscribe. And if this is your maybe second or third time to the channel, it is new, I want to thank you for tuning back in. Today, I'm just gonna get right to the nitty-gritty of things. I want to talk about how to get started with a service-based business. Now, I'm on my second service-based business in the last 2 years. Both have been very successful. Both have allowed me to leave my 9 to 5 and work for myself using my hands and serving customers in their homes. The business that I currently own and operate right now is a handyman business. But today I wanted to talk about just the bare bones of getting started with a home service business. Now, first I want to start off and just say why I really like this, and I'm sure we have this in common here, is the reason why we want to get started in something like this and run a successful service-based business is because we see that there's a need. We see that there's a need and we like serving others, right? Service-based businesses, especially when it comes to homes, I'm talking pool cleaning, house cleaning, handyman services, pressure washing, I mean, you name it. It's a foolproof business. We've had them for as long as homes existed. These types of businesses will exist, and that's why I encourage so many people to get started in this area of business, because there's always going to be a need. And whether you live in the sticks or you live in the city, you're going to be able to serve people in this area because people either don't know how or they don't want to. And homes are usually people's most expensive investment, and they want to take care of it. And so that's where you and I come in, where we see the need and we capitalize. So to get past that, why I love the idea of a service-based business, I want to get into the bones of how to get established in it. And if you stick around, I'm going to share at the end a business plan that I see is starting to really be successful in the service-based industry that not a lot of people are taking advantage of quite yet. And so I'm going to share that at the end. But first I want to start off and I want to just say, don't be afraid. You need to get past the idea of failure or not enough money or this or that. I started my first business. It was a window cleaning business with $1, and I had about $15 or $30 in my bank account. I was working a minimum wage job, as a lot of Americans are. And maybe some of you who are watching this are. You're wanting to escape your minimum wage job and enter into something where you can be making money for yourself. You can be the business owner. You can start taking care of your family in a more established way. And that makes sense. It makes sense. America used to run off self-made business. And now we've come to this place where we are working for somebody else and we're not being able to express our value, and service-based business is a perfect place to start. Anyways, don't be afraid. Get over the idea of failure and just get started. You know, I wrote here that procrastination and overthinking is the enemy of progress. That is the number one thing that stopped me from starting other businesses and stops many from starting, is fear. And you really have to ignore that fear button and just press on through it. If this is something you need help with, you need guidance in this, I'm offering one-on-one training, coaching on how to get established in this. You know, a lot of these things, it's really helpful when you have somebody who can take you by the hand. And that's something that I offer. Link in the bio, just reach out. Anyway, second, you need to recognize where is the need in your area. Whether you're in a small town or a big city, there's always a need. There's always somebody with a need that they're not able to fulfill or that they just don't want to fulfill. And that's where you can come in the picture. And I'll tell you this, sometimes it doesn't always look like something that you love to do. You know, I got into the handyman business because I love working with my hands. And after a while, I started to see that there were certain niches within the handyman business that made me more money than others. One of them was replacing toilets. I don't love replacing toilets. It doesn't scratch that creative, entrepreneurial, self on the inside. But you know what it does? It pays very well. And there's a huge need for it. And nobody wants to do it. And they're not going to hire a plumber for $200 an hour to do it either. And so that's where I saw a need, I capitalized on it, and now it makes me profit, right? And so keep this in mind. It's not always going to be something that is dreamy and beautiful and this really, fulfilling part. It may be something that is a step in that direction. And, that's owning a business. That's some of the times we have to make moves like that. And then finally, I want to get into the last part here is subscription-based, service-based business. That's a lot of bases. Okay, so I really like this. This is what I wanted to say for the end, is that most people are getting on subscription plans of some sort, whether it's groceries, streaming, car service. They have people come and clean their car now in your driveway. There's so many subscription bases. How can you turn whatever idea you have, whatever need that you see for your area, whether it's, you have a bunch of tools in your garage and you say, you know what, I want to start a handyman business. Or you live in Florida or Arizona and everybody has a pool and you want to get into the pool cleaning business. How can you turn this into a subscription-based business and where you're making a continual flow of income even when you're not working? I'm just going to throw this one idea out there is I've been thinking in the handyman business, how can I have a subscription base, right? I live here in Florida. Most people in Florida do not live here in the summertime. Isn't that crazy? The idea is for a subscription plan for $1,000 a year, I'll come to your house twice a year and I will check your house one time when you're here and one time when you're not here. And I will do a full house checklist to see if everything's running properly, lights are working, everything's draining properly, you don't have any leaks, yada yada. And people love this idea, and it adds assurance that even when they're gone, it's going to be taken care of. And so the point is we need to adapt. We need to be creative. This is where you can take, what may seem a little mundane, it's not the most fulfilling, but you can add creativeness to it. You can add, ways to keep growing, to keep scaling, to keep adapting in a world that is continually adapting, right? And that's where we can have fun with it. And so if you found that some of this information was helpful for you, please give it a like. It helps the algorithm. It just keeps the video up there so that other people like you can see it and be motivated to take the plunge. And so really the main thing I wanted you to get out of this video is that just take the first step. It's okay if you mess up. It's okay if the first step is a slippery slide down, it's a step forward. And that's what matters. That's what gets us started. And so give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will be making a new video every week on service-based businesses and how to become successful in it. If this is something you're interested in, if you're looking for one-on-one coaching or group coaching, I'm offering that now. Just reach out. The link is in the bio. We're offering plans for either business owners who have already started and they're needing just some help, somebody to walk along with them, let's say discipleship, or you've never owned a business, never started a business, you're currently working your 9 to 5, and you need somebody who's done it, who's messed up many times, and to get you to the level where they're at without having to go through all the headache of learning, all the little parts that can be picked up quickly with help. And so if you're interested in this, reach out. Thank you guys.